Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are Indians being pitted against Indians in the name of regional pride? Should the interests of the state be placed before the interests of the nation? Or is federalism the only way to power Barta Bharat? We asked this question 6 days before the union budget will be presented in Parliament, where job creation is expected to be the focal point. And that's the point that the opposition has also been raising. Videos such as those on your screens show the jostle to land a naukri, a single naukri in Gujarat's Bharuch, where 1,800 aspirants turned up for 10 job openings and breaking barriers quite literally. Across in Mumbai, 25,000 aspirants saw a stampede-like situation for 2,200 jobs. Amidst this desperation to land a job comes a naukri natak in Karnataka. The Congress Sarkar's cabinet has passed a bill which is now temporarily on hold, mandating 50% quota for Kannadigas in management jobs and 70% quotas in non-management jobs. This bill covers the entire private sector, including the IT sector based out of Bengaluru. The Sidda government now says, after announcing this, clearing it in the cabinet, putting out multiple tweets, making statements, the government now says that this will give an impetus to job creation for locals and underlines a Karnataka first policy. Karnataka first policy? Then why have you put it on hold just about 20 minutes back? And why are you saying that temporarily is why this whole policy has been put on hold? It will be announced once again in the next few days. Well, the problem really that stems from any such decision or policy is that 4.14 crore migrants in India exist. These are people who have left their own states but are contributing to nation building from other states. Even Karnataka's growth engine is powered by close to 29 lakh migrants working in Bengaluru from other states. This has led to massive consternation in the tech titans of Silicon City, forcing the government to rethink. However, they haven't scrapped this bill, and watch how they fear that merit may just be sacrificed at the altar of parochialism. India Inc. Up and out.
Have you heard of anything draconian and totalitarian like this? And then they say that for every enterprise which has got more than 100 people, they're going to have a government official sitting on the recruitment committee, Section 8. How can you do this? You can't reserve anything in the private sector. There's no discrimination against anybody in Karnataka. All enterprises will invite people, they will see whether you're capable, you are skilled, and they will hire you. They don't care who you are. They don't look at the gender. You can be male, female, or anything. They don't look at it. They don't look where you come from.
Keeping such restrictions will only ultimately end in stopping all infrastructure projects, and the industries also will be closed if such compulsions are imposed on the infrastructure and industries.
But are the fears of India Inc. well-founded? Remember, in 2023, the Punjab and Haryana High Court had quashed a bid for domicile quota in Haryana, saying, and I quote, Haryana state is acting with a telescopic vision. It cannot give a secondary status to a set of citizens who are not from that state. It is curtailing the fundamental right to earn a livelihood. It is unconstitutional and violative of Part 3 of the Constitution. Even in Karnataka, after the outrage, the Congress Sarkar has agreed for a wider consultation with the stakeholders. Chief Minister Sidda, who initially tweeted about 100% quotas, later revised it to 75% domicile quota, and now he has posted a new tweet saying temporarily putting the policy on hold. While the government agrees to a rethink, it's under fire from its own alliance partner, the left parties. Listen in to this war of words.
No investors has to worry. We want all investors to come to Karnataka. We don't want to harm anyone. We are just looking, we will give them a scopes. There are some suggestions which has come on this issue. We are just looking at it.
Karnataka decision is retrograde, reactionary and regressive. In fact, $250 billion IT hub of Bangalore came up not because of Kannadigas alone. If you bring in such regressive measures, it's going to affect the integrity and unity of this country.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi has been campaigning that we should not have fear, we should not have hate and things like that. This kind of parochial feelings would lead to a situation where people belonging to different linguistic groups would be campaigning against each other.
Of course, Karnataka is not the only state to push for local quotas. In 2019, the BJP's Haryana government wanted 75% local quota, which was squashed by the High Court, and now the appeal is pending in the Supreme Court. In 2019, the Mahavikas Aghadi pushed for 80% local quota, but it was never implemented. In 2019, YSRCP pushed for a 75% domicile quota in Andhra Pradesh, which was later challenged in the High Court. In 2019, the then Congress government of Madhya Pradesh made a pitch for 70% quotas for people of Madhya Pradesh. However, this was announced but never notified. And now Karnataka government may have temporarily put the bill on hold, but will it again try to push it through all caveats? That really is the question. So, ladies and gentlemen, the question we are asking on the Newshour tonight: should state and interest of the state come first, or should it be nation first for every citizen and every government, whether at the state or in the center? That's the question, and that's the debate on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Sanjay Jha, author, suspended Congress leader, T.R. Prasad Gaura, leader of the Congress party in Karnataka, Abdul Razak Khan, political analyst. Also joining me this evening, Dr. V.S.V. Prasad, managing director of Swarna Group. Joining me live this evening, Priya Shetty Rajagopal, managing partner, Multiversal Advisory, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, political commentator, Suhail Seth, columnist, marketing guru. My first question goes to Dr. Prasad, Managing Director of the Swarna Group. You work out of Karnataka, you work out of Bengaluru. I want to ask you, how does this work? Would you want to have government representatives sitting on the recruitment board? And even though the government may have backtracked a bit, the fact is they haven't scrapped the policy. They're only saying, hold it for a little while and we'll come back and we'll announce the details soon. Do you think this is in interest of the state of Karnataka, sir?
Certainly not, Navika, madam. It's only a political vendetta. Bangalore, particularly Karnataka, is such a rich state wherein there are so many opportunities for all the industrialists to establish their industries. But unfortunately, because of the non-friendly policies of the Karnataka government, many industries are backstepping and they are going to other states for establishing the industries. And such decisions at this point of time, they will certainly make the industrialists to look at other states instead of Karnataka for establishing their industries. And not only that, we should be Indians first, then we should be having our state constraints. So I only request the government to take the overall view that the Karnataka government should flourish. The Karnataka resources, whatever available in Karnataka, should be utilized properly. By not imposing such restrictions, they should give a chance to all industrialists to establish their establishments in Karnataka.
Well said, Dr. Prasada. But let me get in Dr. Sanjay Jha. Dr. Sanjay Jha, you hail from Bihar. Bombay mein kyun? Why are you sitting in Mumbai? Please go back to Bihar, find a job there and stay there. Because that's exactly what the Congress party is preaching. And Dr. Prasad is absolutely right, because already Nara Lokesh has already put out a tweet saying that forget Karnataka, please come to Andhra Pradesh. And, competitive investment scouting will now begin. And I also want to ask you, over the last 30 years, 40 years, when Karnataka has developed as the Silicon Valley of India, have only Kannadigas built it? Has there been no contribution from anybody else from anywhere in the country, Dr. Sanjay Jha? What kind of a regressive policy announcement is this?
Navika, I think this is a very serious debate because it concerns the youth of this country in particular. So let me put some facts on the table. I want to firstly appreciate you have been very transparent in your introduction to this program by highlighting that both BJP and the Congress governments in the states have peddled with the option of creating reservations in the private sector for jobs. It includes Haryana, includes, by the way, even Gujarat, and we can even add Jharkhand to it. But let's forget that tutu meme. It's a more serious.
Yes, Sanjay Jha, just forget the tutu meme simply because I haven't even invited the BJP to make political points on this debate.
Yeah,
I only want the points to be on the issue, not on the politics of it.
Absolutely. And Navika, I want to tell you, I really admire that. And in fact, I noticed that there was nobody from the BJP on the program. So let me come to what I believe is the fundamental reason why you are hearing this from various states, including Karnataka. You've seen the latest data, Navika, on unemployment. The latest data tells you that India has a 9.2% unemployment as of June 2024. Effectively, it is a manifestation of what I would call as the gradual death of India's demographic dividend story. I have worked with banks. I remember traveling abroad to sell the India story. And one of the things that a lot of people did during that time was to talk about the young skilled workforce of India that will be able to become the biggest hub for global, capital all over the world because we can service them. And we have done it in IT to a great extent, but that's not going to create enough jobs. Here is the issue. When you have a situation, and I live in Mumbai and I saw the images today, Navika, and I'm glad you showed it, 25 to 50,000 youngsters fighting for 600 odd jobs in the Mumbai airport, almost leading to a stampede. It tells you what a serious, grave issue there is. And the other example that I think you and I debated on your program a couple of months ago, 48 lakh youngsters, PhDs, MBAs, engineers, postgrads, applying for 60,000 constable jobs in the Uttar Pradesh government.
I get that, Sanjay Jha. I get all of it, and your worry is my worry. But how is the Karnataka government resolving it? By announcing reservations for Kannadiga. Where does merit go? Where do income tax and skilled IT, information technology skilled professionals go, just in case they don't know Kannadiga? Should they not get jobs in India's Silicon Valley? Is that the medicine the Congress party has brought after it's gone from 53 seats to 99 seats?
Navika, let me tell you, I'm a big believer, and I need to tell you very openly on your program, I believe that both the BJP and the Congress, and even both non-BJP and the non-Congress parties, like Andhra Pradesh, by the way, which has done a similar reservation, they should desist from it. Because I think it's very unfair, especially to states, what very often people very mockingly call it
they should desist from it, but cheap vote bank politics, if that becomes the objective, then kya kare? Politics to karni hai. Anand Ranganathan, is that the only defense the Congress party has today?
Good evening, Navika, and good evening to my fellow panelists. It's indeed a very important discussion. So I think primary concern amongst all of us should be to give the data and not talk about anecdotal instances. Anecdotal instances would be like there was a Kumbh Mela of sorts of unemployed people hankering for 10 jobs. The real data was given by RBI just 3 or 4 days ago, that in the Modi years, 125 million jobs were created. In the UPA years, 25 million jobs were created. That is what the RBI says. Unless people don't want to believe in it, that's their prerogative. Of course, the point of people who generate data is to put it on the table and then you argue whether it's true or wrong. The fact of the matter is another data. Last year, the unemployment was at its lowest 3.1%. Jobs are being created. Yes, anecdotal things do happen, and that is very unfortunate. Of course it is. And the fact of the matter is that there are troubling data. But as far as unemployment goes, this is the thing. Now let me come, because I think the debate was veered away from the nub of the issue, which is this a terrible step or not? And the answer is yes. And I said it the day Haryana instituted it as well. It was absolutely draconian. It is anti-science. It decreases diversity. It is all pressing all the wrong buttons. The question is, the same Congress that was deriding and the media that was deriding when Haryana BJP did it are now doing it themselves. And they're, silently slunk under a rock as if nothing happened. The fact of the matter is the following. Yes, you are absolutely right. Every political party wants to do it. Every political party is doing it. Haryana, Jharkhand, Punjab, for example, AAP in Punjab, Congress right now. What are we as citizens doing about it? Precious little. Because I'll tell you, the High Court struck down the Haryana government's decision and said it is ultra vires of the constitution. The Haryana government has taken it to Supreme Court. Do you know the fact? The Supreme Court in 2022 asked, and I'm quoting verbatim, asked the center, what is your opinion on such moves? It's been 2 years. The BJP has not yet given the opinion. Why? So I want to ask somebody who is from the BJP, may not be on this panel, but sometime later, what is your opinion? If Congress is wrong in Karnataka, why was BJP right in Haryana? And the fact of the matter is, as I said, this is an absolutely unconstitutional, draconian, unscientific step. This is anything but Bharat Jodo. It is Bharat Todo.
Well, so let me ask Mr. Gowda, T.R. Prasada Gowda of the Congress party in Karnataka. Mr. Gowda, Kannadigas, yes, you must look after Kannadigas because you have a government in Karnataka. But bringing in a law of this kind, is this Bharat Jodo? Is this not discriminatory? And is this completely taking away merit? And is this interference in the private sector? I want to ask you all of these questions. And don't you think through policies before you announce them? Because you announce it in the morning, by evening you put it on hold. You stress out not just the entire investment climate in the state, but in the country. And overseas investors who may be looking at India as a destination, just what's going on?
Madam, if an overseas investor will be happy by employing Kannadiga as their employees. Because why I will tell you, when Kannadigas are performing better across the world, wherever you go, in American companies,
who has told you
our
this?
Kannadigas IQ level is very high, very high. One second.
No, are you... Okay,
Madam,
Suhail said, Kannadika's IQ level is high. The others can go and sell chanas as far as Prasada Gowda's is concerned.
1 second, please, madam. Please, madam. I have not yet finished my comments, madam.
Your comment violates my fundamental right. Your comment violates our fundamental rights, Mr. Prasada Gowda.
Across the world better than anybody else.
His comments are proof that there should be no reservation.
When they are performing in outside countries.
Mr. Prasada Gowda, I have all the respect in the world for Kannadigas, but you are saying Kannadigas have the highest IQ. Other people from other states don't. I think there are objections across the panel. Suhail said first. Suhail said.
People have got
what Mr. Gowda has said is proof. Mr. Gowda's utterances tell you that you shouldn't have reservation because it's a bad idea, because you'll get people with such profundity articulating utter rubbish which is unsubstantiated. Number one. Number two, Mr. Gowda, we respect Karnataka, we respect the Kannadiga. But let me tell you, India and merit come first. Kannadigas are as much Indians, as meritorious as everyone else. Did I interrupt you? Keep quiet for a minute. Keep quiet for a minute. Keep quiet for a minute. When we need some archaic intelligence, we will ask you to speak. Let me finish.
You can answer me better. No, please.
Let me finish, Mr. Gowda. Mr. Gowda, let me finish. Just because you're raising your finger doesn't entitle you to, interrupt me. Navika, the problem is as simple. And there I agree with Sanjay Jha, who almost embarked on a George Bernard Shaw-like preface before his actual comments. I agree with Sanjay. The point is that all political parties are guilty of this nonsense. And all political parties are doing it to win votes. The problem here is political parties are not interested in either the health of industry or in the health of their state. They are interested in making short shrift and doing quick work and gambling away the fortunes of countries. Number one. Number two, let me tell you this illogical comment of Mr. Gowda that overseas investors love only Kannadigas is unsubstantiated and it's ridiculous. It doesn't even merit debate. The point is, India is an investment destination. India, no matter which Indian it is, would you like to go to the best doctor in Bangalore or would you like to go to only those doctors who are Kannadigas? The answer is evident. Would you like, let this chap keep speaking. Is he from the Congress?
Yes, sir.
Is he from the Congress party?
Yes, sir.
It explains it. These people interrupt without listening and that's why they make comments that are so intelligent. So let me finish. The other point that I wish to make is Sidda was doing a fine job till now. But Sidda is like the proverbial Operation Successful Patient Debt kind of guy. Now the point is, how stupid are you that you first enact something, then you say we will relook at it. You create fear psychosis amongst investors. You invite Navika Kumar to have a debate. You invite Sanjay Jha to, then collate all political parties and Anand to say that don't make it anecdotal. We were sitting perfectly happy today had this ridiculous notion not been expressed by the Karnataka government. Number three, what you rightly said, Navika, today we are seeing competition among states. And for all the right reasons. Would you want Karnataka to lose investment? The answer is no. The Kannadiga will be more harmed if investment flows out of Karnataka to other states. But Sidda is so bright that he doesn't realize it. Well, and he will realize it perhaps later.
Well, so I'm going to be joined by the Labour Minister for Karnataka in just a bit. But before I get that connection through, I want to go back to Mr. Gowda. Mr. Gowda, please tell me, why don't policies get thought out fully before they are announced? And why do you create the kind of fear psychosis that Suhail Seth is talking about? Now, people, whether they are Indian investors or foreign investors, they will think twice before they invest in Karnataka. And is that going to help Karnataka?
See, okay, you asked me the question, madam. Allow me to talk 1 minute. And
your 60 seconds start now.
Should not disturb me.
Yes, so 60 seconds uninterrupted. Please explain.
Madam, my point of view is like this. Though I am a congressman, I am also an industrialist. Though I am a congressman, I am an industrialist. I am a computer science engineering graduate. I know what's happening in the world. First point. Second point, when our people are deprived of taking the jobs in our own state. My point, why I told Kannadigas has got a very good IQ and they are performing outside the world, outside Karnataka or outside India. When they are doing so, why not? Why not? You provide opportunities in our state. When HR sitting in any software company, for example, HR is there some North Indian. He will take only North Indian. And
again a falsehood being propagated here. My friend, it doesn't work like this. Anand Ranganathan is a South Indian. He's on my show. You think I only call North Indians on the show? What are you saying? What are you saying?
I'm from Bengal. How can you insult me? I'm from Bengal.
Anand Ranganathan, I really don't get it. And one Mr. Jhaji is also sitting, a congressman. One Punjabi is sitting. There are two people from Karnataka. One Tambram is sitting here. One Mr. Khan is sitting here. What are you saying, Mr. Gowda? You're a software engineer. Full respect to you.
Mr. Gowda, what's your tested IQ? What is your tested IQ?
Let's not get
what is your tested IQ? Because I'll tell you what my tested IQ is. I'm asking because he says his IQ
no,
is very
you are
high.
falling on me. I'm telling you the truth. You people are falling on me.
You because with
when
my
our
weight you'd be
people,
dead.
our Kannadigas are deprived of jobs, what else you expect me to do? I have to bring
Excellent.
now we are trying to bring the resolution when other states have already passed. When other states are already passed.
Anand Ranganathan, I don't think I can answer this question. Can you please explain to the gentleman?
Now you are worried about Bangalore.
Mr. Gowda.
Navika, I am so sorry, but it appears to me the only thing lower than this gentleman's credibility is his intelligence. So I don't even want to know the question that Sohail Seth asked about his IQ. First of all, this concept of IQ is completely discredited. And for him to tom-tom it and to say that Kannadigas have the highest IQs and that HR professionals from North India are discriminating against Kannadiga is absolutely unacceptable.
Why you are jealous
Sir, please
about
do not interrupt.
Why you are jealous about that? When Kannadigas has got a good IQ, why you are jealous about that?
If you were Robinson Crusoe on an island.
What is he saying? Jealous? What kind of language is this? Side pe hoke chalo Cambridge ko spell karo chalo. No, Navika, let me come to the crux of the issue.
When I made my statement, our people has got good IQ.
Navika,
you are jumping on that statement and doing the same statement against that.
Your statement actually
My
goes
Bangalore
against
is
other
a very
Indians.
good,
Do you even understand
atmosphere is very good.
Do you even understand this?
Business friendly, investment friendly.
Your atmosphere in Karnataka is very good. Let me get in Priya Chetty Rajgopal. I want to ask you, Karnataka atmosphere is very good and will be very good even after this policy comes in and this becomes a law in Karnataka, Priya. That's what Mr. Prasada Gowda wants us to believe. Please respond to him.
The intention, Navika, is laudable, certainly trying to give more importance and more space for Kannadigas in their local state. Nobody's going against that. They've already achieved their objective right now because by doing so, the right impression has been created and everyone understands that the political class wants this. So I think the intention has been achieved. But let's get down to basics. I'm a search consultant. I've headhunted at CXO levels across the world. I've headhunted across nationalities, across states. We are, at the end of it, looking for the best people for the job. But while we are here in our own place, certainly there's an element of, ensuring that the local people do have that kind of primacy that they should. So I'm not going to get away from that. But that's a utopian perspective. The idea is eventually it is economics that finally sort of rule the roost. But I also want to ask you, what is the trigger for the emergency? Look at our employment rates. Our unemployment rates are 2.4%, which is probably the third lowest in the country after Odisha and Gujarat. And we have, at this point, 9.79 lakh government jobs, which are still not filled. This is a serious issue. So we are not able to fill in government jobs. Why are we moving on to private sector? The other thing is we definitely need to match local interests and constitutional freedom. We are a democratic nation. You asked a question whether are we a nation first or a state first. I'm an army brat. I've come from an army background and I know it's always been for me nation first. But I'm also a proud Kannadiga. I've been in the city and the state for a long time. I'm very proud of what we do and our achievements and who we are, our cultural background, all of that. But we are a democratic nation, not a loose federation of states. And nobody asked me, when I was growing up, like, which place are you from? Because my father always said, I'm Indian, and I followed that. And that's what I hope more people will do. You also, in this discussion, we have forgotten the impact on entrepreneurship. We have the largest number of unicorns in the country, and I think even increasingly in the world. We are so central in the economic progress of entrepreneurship. These laws, what worries me is while they are populist and protectionist, we will also have a backlash from other states. The balkanization of the labor market, artificial negative barriers that are set up. These are concerns that we really should look at. And you can see Kerala and Andhra Pradesh for good reason are jumping in and saying, okay, you have 3 potholes, traffic infrastructure issues, come to our state. It's a competitive landscape and people are going to jump in, whether it's industry or talent. And as a search consultant, once again, I can tell you that Bangalore has always been a very, very attractive destination for candidates across. While I may be dealing with CXO candidates, I'm saying it goes probably across the board. And that's been a good thing. It does put pressure on the city, but it's a good thing. I want to ask you, is there been any survey that says the Kannadigas have been discriminated against? And what we need really, if you look at this issue, is we need pro-market policies. We need stimulus packages to unemployed youth, we need social security. We need other things to be done which are positive.
Absolutely, Priya, you make such a lot of sense, but I don't know if Mr. Prasada Gowda is going to be able to appreciate that, because we are here. You're talking about a survey. Has it been done? We've not even done a survey on IQs, but he's propounding that Kannadigas have the highest IQ and all other states people have probably IQs that are languishing by the wayside. But viewers are calling in. Vijay Kumar calling in from Bengaluru. Good evening, Mr. Vijay Kumar. What do you think about this policy?
Good evening, Navika. I am from Bengaluru. And what I see is that because they got a lot of other things to do, but they want to shift the thing from that problem to this, so the people will be thinking on this. That is the reason they are doing all this nonsense. Actually, Kannadigas doesn't want any of these things to be happening.
Well. Well said, Vijay Kumar ji. Let me ask Abdul Razak Khan that question. Guarantees, promises during the election, you can't fulfill them. That is why this policy has been brought in, says Mr. Vijay Kumar. Please respond to him.
Navika ji, first of all, let me start like this. Welfare of the people of Karnataka who voted for this Congress government to come to power is supreme for the Congress government.
Okay.
The government is working for their own people. We are not saying everybody go out.
But Mr. Vijay Kumar, Mr. Vijay Kumar, are you a Kannadika? Are you a Kannadika?
Please, madam. Madam, I have been very patient sitting for 35 minutes. Please have the courtesy to at least give me 1 minute to at least express.
Express, sir. Please express.
Madam, this was an election promise which has been fulfilled today.
Have all the other promises been fulfilled? Have all the other election promises been fulfilled? Why are you in a hurry to put this one? Well, Abdul Razak Khan, there are other callers who want to ask you that question. Deepak calling in from Chennai. Deepak, Mr. Abdul Razak Khan says it's an election promise and it's being fulfilled. What's the big deal? Mr. Deepak?
Hi, Navika. Good evening.
Good evening.
And thank you for sharing the insights, I think, earlier before the debate started. It's not just with respect to Karnataka. Multiple states were trying to implement this law where it is on hold and all that. I think in entirety, if some of these laws get implemented, I'm a common man, right? If I have to keep hopping from one state to another state, looking at the reservation for each, job category, then imagine the plight of a common man. And I think the entire unity of the country goes for a toss if each state is trying to implement this law and bring it into practice. I think it is ridiculous, and it should be seen at a nation level, and I stand by nation first, approach.
Well, let me ask Mr. Prasada Gowda. Mr. Prasada Gowda, people are saying this goes against the unity of the country. Please respond to the public of India.
Yeah, madam, we are very much concerned about the unity and the sovereignty of the country. At the same time, we are worried about our people also. We need to take care of our people also. We need to take them along. I cannot leave my people just like that and taking others. I want our people also should step forward along with everybody. That is our motto. Not that.
All right.
We have to grow together.
Mr. Tulsidharan calling in from Mysuru. Mr. Tulsidharan.
The issue that has been cropped up, say, the Sidda government is so concerned about providing employment to Kannadigas, but there has not been any recruitment. If that is the case, the Karnataka government must fulfill the vacancies in the state government. For example, University of Mysore is one of the most prestigious universities in the country. From 2008 onwards, not even a single professor head of the department post has been filled up. No lecturers have been filled up. People with postgraduate degrees, PhDs are on the street. I tell you, Navika, a postgraduate, a PhD holder, a net holder with a gold medalist has to work for 12,000 rupees. And this Prasad is telling our people. What people are you talking, man? We are all together. We are all Indians. We have the freedom to move anywhere, work anywhere. Bangalore has got the best talent from all over the world. All over the world. And if he,
Mr. Gowda, please respond. Please respond. The gentleman is living in Mysuru in Karnataka. He has a worry. Please respond to him.
No, we have pool of talents. We have pool of talents.
But why haven't you hired that talent in the University of Mysuru itself?
And at the same time, madam, no, he is giving, of course, he may be a talented person, he may be a professor, but at the same time, what my interest is to safeguard my people.
But he is not your person.
I want them to grow along.
Mr. Tulsidaran is not your people.
What's wrong in that?
Well,
see,
he
is also our person.
Okay, Jayant Pai calling in from Mumbai. Jayant Pai, there are no government jobs that are being filled up, but they are wanting to fill up private sector jobs. Is this the shortcut for the Karnataka Sarkara?
No, madam, not at all. You see, if you just, I think that nature has played a very cruel trick on most of our politicians. She has sent them all onto this good old earth with their brains at the rear ends of the MSP. I can say nothing more than that. And as far as employment is concerned, well, there is an element of truth. People were employed earlier. Up to 2004, I remember one survey was done somewhere in 1980. And I don't recollect it exactly, but there was a reference of Mughal Sarai railway yard in that survey. And what the survey said was, hundreds and thousands of small-scale industries have come up in the vicinity of this railway yard, solely relying on the railway yard as a source of raw materials. So you can imagine the kind of employment these people were providing.
Absolutely, but then clearly they want to look after their people is the claim that is being made by the Congress in Karnataka. I just want to get a sense. Priya, I'll start with you. Do you think the Congress party has actually done what it set out to do? Create a perception that they're worried about Kannadigas when they know that this kind of a law will neither find sanction in the courts of India, nor will it find sanction from the industry in Karnataka. So they just created this kind of a perception that we are worried about Kannadigas, and maybe that was their only intention. Do you believe that?
I can't agree entirely, but I think the purpose has been achieved. If the purpose is to impact the voter bank, it has been achieved. And that, I think, if it's at the cost of industry, the quick step back, I think right now shows where exactly the government thinking is. And if it is so, I think it's a good thing. I also want to say, Navika, that while all of us want to do better, whether we are at 95%, we want to be 100%, and that's just the human nature. So we should be better at Karnataka, at any other, whatever aggregator that we choose. I am saying, what is the tearing trigger right now? The FICCI report just shows that out of a 6.6 crore population, estimated 2.9 are in the official workforce, and that's about 44% of our population. We've added in the last 5 years 68 lakh new jobs, which is second only to Mumbai, which is at Maharashtra, which is 1.2 crores. What I can see is work in progress and good news, where actually Karnataka is showing its preeminence, is showing what the investment in industry and in...
yes, they would do well. They would do well to protect that investment climate, because jobs are never enough and they need to keep pace with the growing pool of people that are available. But this certainly doesn't seem the way. It's a step back, but will the Karnataka government scrap the policy altogether? That's a question that the government of Karnataka will need to answer. We'll look out for that. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1. On the other